welcome everyone to your Friday night podcast. It is a Celtic supporters podcast. It is Christmas Eve, as Barry would say. It's fucking Christmas Eve. Gentlemen, we have had a fucking long and slippery and tricky and obstacle-ridden slope to get to here. But my Christ, we're going to jump through a lot of stuff tonight as well about exactly that. Getting to this moment in time now as well, which means that we tomorrow can go, and it's in our own hands, can go, will go, and lift the Scottish title once again. Barry, Andy, welcome, my friends. Andy, how's your week been, brother?
Aye, busy, keep going. That game during the week, I just think how merry this kind of heart failure can my body take, and then we've still got the more to come, so we'll wait to see what happens there. But aye, good week. We're coming to the end of the season. Well, still got a cup final, but you know, when it comes to the league, so it's going to be a late treat tomorrow. Absolutely kind of late treat. I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. And Andy is evoking the spirit of 86 as much as we can as well. Out his right shoulder there, you can see that beautiful, beautiful top. I can't find mine. I don't know if I've done it as well, but I'm happy with giving Andy the stage here. And also, I think there's a wee photograph as well. I don't know to date, but
this is me wearing 1986. Me wearing this, the original one.
Yeah,
so that's a young baldy trucker.
Look, you're standing here hard as fuck looking.
Aye, because I'm up. Even back then, nobody messed with a wee 10-year-old.
Nice shiny shorts as well, Andy. Lovely shiny.
Aye, the thing is, but I cut out as though I had white socks on and I had that red and blue fucking bit at the top of them. Like, listen, blame my ma. That's my ma's fault, no mine.
Yes, but good to hear, Andy, buddy. Barry, my man, how the hell are you, son?
Good, mate. I'm good. I had a long week. I enjoyed my Sunday. Big shout out to the Cross Keys boys, the Colin Monaghan and the rest of them, for taking care of our Paul, apparently, on Sunday morning. So thanks very much to the Keys boys, and our Colin was messaging me earlier, so best of luck and hope you enjoy the morrow, my man. I'm good, mate. I just was working this week and off the morrow, so I'm going to tuck myself up tonight with a wee shandy or two and bring on tomorrow. As I says to you, after Dundee United, lads, there's 8 games to go. You win 8 games, you win the league. We've won 7, so don't ruin it now.
Fingers crossed we don't as well. But listen, we've put ourselves into that position as well. But as I say, we will absolutely get fired right into a really, really good chat about that. Guys, as always, we encourage everybody to get involved with the podcast. So I know I've not put any comments up yet as well, but I'll start running through the comments as well. Please give us your opinions, give us things to talk about as well, and we will absolutely get going there. We were thinking about doing some segments and stuff like that, but we don't need that tonight. This will be absolutely chat-rich, from talking about Wednesday, talking about what's happened since Wednesday, talking about a couple of things that's appeared in the media today, and then we'll talk about tomorrow as well, and what a glorious, glorious opportunity that Celtic's got to go, especially Martin O'Neill, but I'm not going to get at that now. As always, we will give 2 special thank yous to from the podcast out there as well, which first of all is Adalantes.com. There's Adalantes, all your merchandise, Celtic but not Celtic type stuff as well. Beautiful stuff there. Please go to Adalantes.com. Use checkout code CSP5 for £5 at the checkout. That'll get you free delivery, or it'll get you £5 off the items that you go in there as well. Des and the guys treat us really, really well, and we will have a cup final giveaway next week live on the show as well. So Friday night, Des doesn't know yet, but we're making that decision. So
right, Des,
surprise! I just want to make a t-shirt with fucking that horn up there like that. That would be me.
To be fair to Des did give us the go ahead as well. Just
I need to show the viewers that. I'll put it up later, right? But I've got it here.
Second thank you as well. We've got our second sponsor, which is McFadden Decor. Award-winning decorators, painter and decorators as well, Stephen and the team at McFadden Decor. So please, guys, if you are fancying giving your house or any outbuildings a wee freshen up, like a paint, new wallpaper, whatever you like to do, please keep us in mind, and please keep Stephen in mind. He is one of the KT CSC members, a really, really, really good guy. So there, for friend is all here at the podcast as well. So Stephen, thank you for your sponsorship, and Des, thank you very much for the sponsorship and support as always. So, gentlemen, Barry, where do you want to start? We'll start Wednesday.
Yes, well, yeah, aye.
let's start Wednesday. Let's keep the good shit as well for there as well. So Wednesday, setting the scene for Wednesday as well. And I think it was your Paul or somebody that mentioned that Motherwell will be the kingmakers. Motherwell, whoever it is that gets the results after Motherwell is the team that will win the title. I'd seen your face there, Barry, as if, but it was, Motherwell were doing well this season. It's a combination of Motherwell doing really, really well and the rest doing shite, I think. Hearts are probably at the level there. Celtic, Rangers are obviously doing pretty much poor. But Paul said it as well, that whoever gets the result against them will prove to be champions, and Rangers get beat after them, but Hearts dropped points to them. We went there, and yes, there was certain things that happened. There was six seconds to go in the game, but Barry, it came out to Fir Park as well with a win, and we spoke about it and saying it's Motherwell we're going to. It's not as if it's Real Madrid or it's fucking Barcelona we're going to. It's Motherwell, but fair play to them as well. They've put up a good challenge this season. What was your thoughts? What was your thoughts about going into the game on Wednesday night as well? Were you nervous? Were you antsy? Because I know you did get yourself into a wee kind of flap sometimes as well with your nervousness in games. What was your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts. I thought we'd win, but then that's just me, isn't it? So I was sitting cheerleading away myself. However, getting into the game and the start of the game, there's some team to watch. I mean, that's why I suggested the last time I was on about Askew being the manager. I think it was Andy I commented to saying, imagine just driving in knowing you were going to watch a style of football. And it was Sandy, I think, that messaged me at half time the other night and says, we can't get near them, yet we're still drawn with them. We could not get near them. And that's all about coaching. They're a smashing team to watch. They're pleasing on the eye. They've got a few smashing players. But ultimately, at this stage of the season, no matter how you get over the line, we go over the line. I was a bit nervous getting into it, the wee man sitting with me in the matching tops and all that and whatever. But listen, when the game, you go behind and you think to yourself, oh man, here we go again. But it was a bit weird because I don't know about you two. I was like, well, that's just what we do, isn't it? Somebody scores first and they come back, and then my either misses the one. But listen, at this stage of the season, you play the games, you win the games, we got the 3 points. It's one more to go, lads, and I'm chomping at the bit. But what a smashing team! What a smashing entertainment, advertisement for Scottish football. Motherwell fans fair enjoy what they see. Do you know what? They are pleasing on the eye, as they say, Hoggy. But like yourself, big man, pleasing on the eye.
You're charming, you. You're charming. You're looking for a lumber tomorrow, son?
I think the glasses are fucking painted on your face.
To be fair as well, Barry usually gets a lumber when we win the fucking title as well. So maybe not a lumber as well, but aye. Anyway, we share a bath sometimes. Know what I mean?
Well, you're in twice. Don't Andy.
and we didn't actually get a picture in the bath as well for the after the Celtic Rangers because we did not end up.
Listen, Hoggy, I know yous are super tight, but don't get jealous. But I get us done today.
Oh no! Oh, here we go.
Oh, Andy, is that right in the back of the calf?
Aye.
That's a fucking stoker.
Just for Baz. Just for Baz. I'll get you in the other one. I might actually get the picture of the two of yous in the bath on the other leg.
I think for your sake, Andy, it's probably better that you don't get a picture of two men in the bath on your photo as well. That might get maybe some questions that get asked to you going forward after that one. But
Okay, I give me and you slept in a bath on Sunday. We went to get back out.
I know. Jesus. But Andy, Wednesday night, mate. Again, we'll get into the kind of decisions and stuff. But was there panic in there for you before that game? Because I've spoken to a lot of people. We obviously spoke to the crowds on Monday on here as well, and there was confident people. Our Paul was pretty confident about going down there and getting a result. What were you feeling about the game in general?
I think leading up to it, we've got as Baz says, at that point we'd won 6 in a row. We were going for the 7, and a lot of us probably didn't think we were going to be able to do that, even up to that point. But I think I was as confident I think as you can be without being overboard. I think there's always that kind of slight feeling that something could go wrong. But I think the majority of Celtic fans are, really keeping the faith and every game that comes on, you're getting more and more. We're getting the momentum. I suppose it's been spoken about a lot. And I just, there's just something about Celtic this season in particular, and obviously 40 years since Love Street. Slightly different situations, but, you know, we get into tomorrow. All they need is a draw, which ironically enough is all they needed against Dundee 40 years ago. Slightly different circumstances when you're playing each other, but you know it's pretty mental the way it's actually happened. Just touching on Motherwell, a very, very good team, very, very well. You can see they're well drilled and well coached, because you very rarely see Motherwell get the ball away with a misplaced pass. There's purpose to every ball they play. It's not just for the sake of moving it about. There's a purpose to why the ball's going in that direction and what they're going to do with it. They're a very dangerous team. And you kind of look at their recent record and they've not really... It's been pretty poor when you come to the way their form has been. But their play hasn't changed, their style, their attitude. Who's that?
That's
brilliant. Is that a badge or is it like a fridge magnet?
Badge.
Excellent. What a picture, eh?
That'll be on my... I was going to say that'll be on my scarf tomorrow as well, but I'll need to get a new one because they fucking...
That's right, I stole it.
Fucking...
So I think just finishing on Motherwell, I've already said I'd love to see him at Celtic Park, because you go, what could he do with Celtic, you know?
Well, there you go. That's what you can do, Andy. This is what you can do, and you made a great point. Put this to Hoggy, because you actually brought the point up, so I'm going to put it to the big man. Now, Hoggy, I don't think in any planet you take Slattery over Callum McGregor, or Elijah Just or the laddie Watt over Callum McGregor. But to Andy's point, he gets them doing what they do in the midfield. So what would Askew do to bring Callum McGregor on, Engels on? What would he... Do you know what I mean? How would he bring on our team with what he's clearly doing with lesser ability players? Let's be honest.
Again, I think this is one as well that we'll get into if and when the man signs, to really, really dive deep into that kind of question. Baz, is a really, really good question. I think in football, giving people free rein to go and do what they want as well sometimes gives them too much license to go and try and do what they want, and it's not kind of sticking to a rigid plan there. I think what that guy's given them is very much in-drilled coaching as well, which is about how to do things the way he wants it done. And everybody's got a job to do in there. Yes, they do play with a good bit of freedom in there as well, but they're all locked into that whole kind of team format for them. I don't think it's about bringing people on. I think it's about just kind of sharpening the edges of what they can actually do there. They know. But what he really needs to do is succession plan as well, because Callum McGregor as well is only going to be maybe another year at Celtic, another 2 years as well. So I think Celtic to ask for somebody to come in straight away and take over for Callum McGregor would be a hard job. I think what you want to do is bring somebody in young.
Elliot what?
That's the example I was going for there.
Why could our midfield not get... And listen, we couldn't get near them that first half. Listen, I know it's not a Motherwell pod, but listen, credit where it's due in that, but they're fantastic to watch. They do the great things and the passing and the one touch and the moving and the snapping into tackles, but listen, it's a Celtic pod. Let's go on and win 5 in a row. And by the way, I haven't had my say on Sunday, by the way. Fair enjoyed my Sunday. Have some of that. Let's move on.
Yes,
that's right near the VAR. I was doing it Monday, but anyway,
we'll give you a bit there as well. But just to answer that as well, I think sometimes, Barry, the basics or the stuff before the basics is forgotten in football. In order to get to a space as well, you go to see a space. In order to see a space, you go to scan for the space. Look at all the best players as well for the European continent as well. They're all scanners. They don't wait till somebody's get the ball as well and then move as well. They've always scanned about to see what that is. So,
Hoggy, seeing you see Messi, I know I'm kind of getting way off the kind of script here when it comes to, you know, player profiles and stuff, but Messi never runs anywhere unless he's got the ball at his feet. Yeah. He walks about the pitch. He knows where to go. He knows where the spaces are. So you don't need to run like a madman to find space. All you need to do is just step off your man and drift away. Aye, it's up there. Aye.
So in there. But this isn't a Motherwell podcast as well. But the game, guys, I have just brought into late as well. I did try and look for my scarf, my tap as well. But this was a lovely gift that I got for Christmas one year as well. And it's got a very special player in that lineup as well. I don't know if you can see. But there is
Johnston.
Kidd. Mr. Kidd is in the lineup there as well. So there we are. That was
Is that Maurice Johnson that's on that?
Aye.
Who bought you that, Hoggy?
Some fucking clown, I don't know.
I know. No, mate.
No, Barry got me that for my Christmas as well. So Barry, thank you very much, brother. Sorry, Abby and Daniel got me that for my Christmas.
I can't wait to see what I'm getting for my Christmas since I've got his face fucking tattooed on my leg.
But I think Wednesday, gents, as well. I think we went into Wednesday. We certainly added we are confidence coming off the back of the weekend's result against Rangers, who are utter shite. Let's be honest. After that one midweek as well. But I think for part of that game, coupled with Motherwell's kind of dominance over large spells yet, but I think the same old Celtic we've seen this season was there. It was kind of bit starty, missing chances, no creating enough as well, and it was like we did make it difficult for ourselves, and then obviously getting fucking them equalising the 86th minute as well, then gives you that potential fucking body blow, knockout blow, whatever you want to say there. But Barry, what was your thoughts then on the overall game? Was there anybody that stood out for you that you're kind of saying this is the person or these are the people as well that's going to do our performance for us tomorrow to win the league?
Well, Dyson Maiders, he's just came to the fore, hasn't he?
Yep.
What that laddie has done, and excuse me. Sorry, don't know what happened there. Dyson Maida is the obvious one. Hoggy, I don't want to be negative, and that's why I never text during the game, but see, like Tanetsky. But Maida's going to take you over the line tomorrow. You had Callum McGregor. I thought he showed up well. I hope Kieran's okay because he hobbled off. Thought it was another performance for AJ. He seems to have a spring in his step pace-wise as well, Hoggy.
Right.
Engels, I thought, although he hit the bar with that where he should have finished it. So, again, you know what you're going to get for me? You're going to get, when I was getting into a game, I've got Hoggy next to me, and then I've got all these. But so, what did I think when I was getting into a game? I thought, right, who's standing next to me? He's next to me. So, when you're a Kieran Tierney and you've got somebody next to him, and you're a Callum McGregor and you've got the person next to him, the story about Luke McCowan when he came on against the Tribute Act in his debut when we were 3-0 up, and he says to folk, Callum McGregor says to me, I'm next to you. That's the folk that's going to take you out of the line. The Kieran Tierneys, the Callum McGregors, the Dice Biders, the Kadechi Hanacho. See what I've done there, Randy?
Yeah, very good.
So, and I think, do you know what? All things considered, Hearts thought they'd won the league. At one point the other night, they were champions. I went down the stair and says to the wee man, he was asking me, I don't get it, what's happening? I says, Daniel, at this point in time, Hearts are champions. And Drea was asking as well, and she was running up the stair when she heard the shouts, so her it doesn't care, by the way. So
did you see the video where I'm taking the platform ready to come out and you're stacking that away?
So to my point, Andy, that can only go one of two ways, mate. They're either deflated, which I think they are, by the way. You can see every one of them. They went a full season undefeated at home, and they were deflated walking around their fans. They were taking the stands down and all that, or the podium, or however you call it. So twist that to tomorrow. How do we feel versus how do they feel? And I might be totally wrong, but I think we've got the impetus, we've got the bounce. We get the bounce against the Tribute Act on Sunday. Maida is absolutely untouchable now. You're starting the game a goal ahead tomorrow. Negren scored his first goal in 9 tomorrow. It's all set. It's all there. They just need to turn up and do it. And I think they're decimated with injuries. They know they can get a draw. I think we're looking at 2 buses getting parked in front of that.
Absolutely.
Goal tomorrow. Yeah. So, but Hoggy, to keep it bouncy, to keep it positive. We just got and do what we do. But Martin, and I want to come to his press conference later if you allow me. I know it's on your agenda maybe, but just go out there and do what we do tomorrow. As I say, we're at home. They'll be a wee bit deflated. They've got a few injuries. We'll just run them off the park, and it's the survival of the fittest tomorrow because the both of them are out on their feet. Yeah,
I think you're right, Baz. It's that whole. I think the last few games there's always been that looking over your shoulder because we were ideally looking for a honour off of somebody as well to get the chase back in our hands. But I think you're right now as well. It's in our hands. There's no point in looking at your shoulders at anything else. you've got the fuckers that you've been looking at for the whole season in front of you on the park anyway. So again, everything's off the table now as well. There's no points involved. There's no anything involved now. Celtic just need to win that game. Before we move on as well, I didn't give you a shout out as well, but Urquez and the guys are saying as well, big shout out to Uncle Tommy on winning the Kevin McPake Memorial Fishing Tournament. Well done, Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy's a person that wouldn't really enjoy this podcast.
I was going to say, Tommy that I know, I bet he's not watching either.
Tommy, to be fair to Tommy and Big Scott and that, they have watched the podcast a few times as well. But we obviously maybe been on it as well, and Kez obviously a member of the Celtic Supporters podcast. But our Kevin sadly passed away a good few years back now. We'll get to that as well. But taken away too early, 30-year-old laddie, taken away as well, and it's horrendous. But he was a big fisherman as well, so they do have their annual tournament every year. There's a big trophy and stuff like that. They get away, and it's caravan stuff as well. And I hear they have a fucking whale of a time. Don't invite anybody else, don't you? Mind you, one of the closed houses as well.
So what you say? You're saying that a fishing club or whatever it is, have got more trophies than Rangers?
Uncle Tommy's catching up Rangers, they'll tell you. Good on you boys, as well. But I think, Barry, to jump on a couple of the players that you mentioned there, I thought Maeda, again, you get what you get after Maeda as well. He's frustrating as fuck as well, but we would be nowhere near where we are now as well without him having that kind of return. That we know that parts of the season that he maybe wasn't turning in his best as well, and people were questioning his commitment to Celtic. He's went away for Celtic. But my Christ as well, if there's one man in that park as well that you could see is fully committed to what he's doing at Celtic now as well, is Dyson Maeda. And if he has got an exit in his mind in the summer, I don't think anybody would begrudge him if what he's done in the last few games as well, and getting us into this position and get us over the line tomorrow, and then win the Scottish Cup for Martin next weekend after that. I think that's a perfect way as well to say thanks very much, brother. We will get a wee bit of Stook for you. Stook, in case anybody wonders. I said that in work today as well, and somebody said, what's Stook? Stook money. Dosh. Wee bit of Stook. And just to clear that up for any non-Lanarkshire folk in there.
I've not heard that before.
Yours.
The reference to money, you know what I mean? I didn't think you was dealt money through there. I thought it was fucking pig shit and fucking camel's pubic hair. I didn't think you actually had money.
Well, we don't have camels as a resident animal here in North Lanarkshire, so we'd be fucked if that was our currency. Well, but and I think a lot of the people are actually cleaning don't have. But actually, I'm not talking.
Andy, I covered the players, right? I covered the players, the Maedas and all that, right? And Andrea says to me earlier on, I was watching St Martin's press conference, and she says, "What? How has this even happened, Andy?" And I'm trying to educate her, and Hoggy was saying there, if there's one player that it was down to, but I don't think it's down to one player, Andy. I think it's down to one person and one person only, Andy. Do you think, in fact, I know the answer, well, give him the credit he deserves then. I'll change the question then to a statement. We absolutely, categorically wouldn't be in this, Andy, if it wasn't for St Martin.
Aye, I think if Nancy didn't come in and interrupt his period at Celtic, we wouldn't even be talking about this game coming up tomorrow. I'm convinced the league would have been done and dusted. We'd have won the League Cup. And we've still got a cup final to go as well. Remember, this is a shite Celtic team, you know, and Hearts are fucking fantastic. And the Huns spent fucking 45 million. Where are they?
Third, mate.
Lucky to be third. Fucking lucky to be third. You're absolutely right. It's Martin O'Neill, you know, it's a Martin O'Neill effect. And I'm actually getting sick of people going on about talking about Danny Rowe and Derek McInnes and getting this is a 74-year-old man that, you know, a total disrespect for this man's career and what he's won. His first season at Celtic, won a treble, right? Won 3 leagues with Celtic. 2 League Cups? 2 League Cups, aye. Obviously a treble. It took us to Europe, you know, as a player, won 2 European Cups, a Super Cup, won a league with Nottingham Forest. He's managed Aston Villa, Sunderland, Ireland, obviously Celtic, and he's done a lot at lower level as well, managed Norwich City as well. So this is a man with a lot of experience, won a lot of trophies as well. You know, he's not just a 74-year-old man, he's an experienced football manager. And I think the disrespect that they just really, like, we've wheeled him out of a fucking care home or something. All right, he's been out again for 6.5 years, But do you think he's going to forget what he knows? You know, he's a very, very and classy as well. Look at Derek McInnes and his commenting on a game that's got fuck out with David. I mean, he's just won 3-0 at home in his last home game, and the first thing he comes out with is disgusting comments about a penalty that none of his team were involved in. You would never see Martin O'Neill coming out and comment on that. He'd be concentrating on his own team, and that's when you know, Baz, that's when you know he's fucking lost it, and so is his players. You can see it. I've said it for weeks. Look at the bags under his eyes. It's as if he's fucking ready to go on holiday with him, honestly.
And we'll get to Hoggy, and I'm sure Hoggy will get to his press conference later, but we cover that with St. Martin in the press conference later. But the game
I've got the press conference is up when I've got the list on there as well for that. But I think personally, I think Martin has been the catalyst for a lot of that stuff as well. But the catalyst for it in a non-footballing way, if that's a weird fucking thing to say, because we all know that Martin really doesn't do anything in the training ground as well. He leaves that to Fozzie and to Sean Maloney to do that stuff. And we've questioned that, legitimately we've questioned the coaching in there as well, because how can the product not be the same as some of these kind of better footballing teams? Not better team, but a better footballing team. So I think Martin has to take a lot of the credit as well for the non-football side as well, the kind of mindset stuff, the leadership that he brings across there. I just don't want to underestimate the impact as well that some of these players have, though, because we have been through an absolute fucking pardon my French here as well, but a CUNT of a season with the Nancy debacle as well, with everything that kind of went on there, with Brendan Rodgers at the start of the year as well. If somebody to say to you the position that we were in last year, getting into the last day of the season, see next year as well, you'll be behind on the last day of the season and you'll be fucking 3 managers down. You'd be sitting there like, away you fucking go. But in a way you would like that, probably, because that's kind of Celtic's way. Once we get into a position of dominance as well, big gun, bang, shoot ourselves in the foot with it. So I think for me, Maida is one of the ones that I think has been up there as well with our players of the season. I know he had a kind of quiet spell through the season. Negrin obviously taking the trophies as well, I think, because the numbers backed him for that one as well. But if you look at his impact on the game, other than the goals, which is huge impact on it, he's not been as strong an impact on the team for me, Negrin. I think one of the ones in the last
few... you could say the same about Ian Atchell as well. You know, all right, now and again with hold-up play, but overall, his goals have made a difference. The same way with Negrin. Obviously, Negrin gets more game time than Ian Atchell. But
in Atchell's case as well, is to finish the ball. Negrin's which he's done.
Yeah.
And there's a difference here now. I hear Suave Tav Pen. Look at that man management the other night there, right? Look at the man management. We're all screaming out for Kedechi and Atchell to start the game. Now, St. Martin is using him sparingly. Why is he doing that? Because he's man managing the situation that's in front of him. Because he knows quite clearly, what have I got in front of me and what can I get out of me here?
Yep.
So, again, that's wee subtle differences here that you're seeing for St. Martin that you just don't get for anybody else. And if I could offer you a wee personal insight as well, the daughter's cousin used to play for Celtic, and I says, what's the difference here with the coaching? And it was Brendan Rodgers and B. Lenny at the time. And he said, he's a Martin O'Neillism. Rodgers and B. Lenny. He says, he's a Martin O'Neillism. I says, what do you mean? He says, because Brendan Rodgers will try and make you the best player in the world, but Neil Lennon will tell you you're the best player in the world. Now, he's not licked that up off the grunt. He's took that directly for Martin O'Neill, and that's what he does at the last minute or the last 5 minutes, and then they walk out that tunnel just thinking, do you know what? See whoever's in front of me, we're going to beat them. All right, Paul?
Oh, sorry, boys. I've a few things went wrong. Computer, then I've had a big fight with Louise, who's sitting there with the crab at pre-match nerves and all that stuff.
Louise, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I was in the huff, so and then my computer did its usual fucking rebooting and updating everything that was going. So apologies for being late, boys. I was really looking forward to the night, so I'm here. So
Paul, exactly that, mate, as well. Lateness is not a problem as well. It's the fact that you're here, because the podcast would not be the same without you, my man, as well.
Yeah.
And
We salute you. We salute you, mate.
what a fucking nonsense.
I've been looking forward to this, because your messages as well, obviously, during the week and earlier on the day as well, about, you know, being really, really up for this and how big a fucking moment it is as well. I think we need a bit of that Paulness in the podcast for tonight.
I've got plenty of nastiness to come out with the night, believe me.
I'm pretty sure our community will appreciate you kind of coming in as well. So how's your week been, Paul? Anyway, brother, obviously you were one of the few thousand that was down at Fir Park on Wednesday. So
yes.
Talk to us, brother. Talk to us.
Oh, well, first of all, the road you sent me, what was the road that was to park on?
Range Road.
Range Road is the new tunnel. Couldn't find the bastard for anywhere.
Paul, can I ask you something? Paul, can I ask you, what's the pitch like? What's the pitch like at Fir Park?
Eh?
What's the pitch like at Fir Park?
I'm not getting that hand, I'm not sure what do you mean.
Well,
The pitch invasion.
All right. No, I wasn't on the pitch. At this time I wasn't on the pitch.
Paul, I had you do is hit the penalty.
I was waiting for you.
I had you do is hit the penalty.
No, I was right up there. I was in a similar position. I was right up the very, but I was actually on my way out. I had gave up the Ghost and I had the car with me, so I thought I was parked at the back of the concert hall bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I'll get a fuck. So I was at the top of the stairs, and then I gave up all hope. And then the big fucking Harlem Globetrotters get involved, didn't they? Fucking big both. I mean, how much do you want to go on about that? How the reaction has been? I mean, it is, and I think I'll just say my piece on this. First of all, I mean, there's so much I could complain about. First of all, getting into the ground, anybody that's on the in the comments or that the night that was there, just that the police are going to they're going to create another fucking Hillsborough. They really fucking are. Now, as we come down, I'll just spend 2 minutes on this because it's very important. As we come down, you've all walked down that hill, which used to be no bother, like everywhere else, bit of cute turnstiles in you get. So they're stopping folk going in gradually, shutting that gate. The turnstiles, 3 turnstiles, thousands of folk already crammed in, and there's loads of folk behind the gate. And I thought these folk are going to run, the game's already started, I thought these folk are going to run the gate, and quite right, rush the gate. So the police let them in, and they come steaming down. And fucking, it was honestly, I was literally getting pushed a bit like that. It was fucking scary stuff trying to get into the game. I got about 10 past. So the police again, fucking absolute disgrace. Absolute fucking disgrace. Either smell the glove. It was appalling. It was appalling. It was as bad as I've ever seen getting into a football ground. And very fucking dangerous. Very dangerous. On a plus point, I did, as soon as I got in on this up the stairs, I bumped into a viewer who. He was with his wee laddie, and apologies, I never caught your name because we were trying to find out where we were sitting and all that stuff. Oh, here she comes, Crabby Drawers. I'll have a coffee, please.
Hi, Louise.
Crabby, here she is, her fault.
He's on his last one, by the way.
I've been fucking on tense, she doesn't understand, I'm very tense.
Oh, he's punching above his weight there, Louise.
I'll tell you what he called me.
I apologise though.
Beautiful, I guess. Beautiful.
So I get in, and if you watch the night, mate, you were with your lad, and he said to me, Paul, he mentioned the ticket thing for last week with the wee laddie, and so that was lovely. So whoever you are, mate, I apologise. I never caught your name. I think we did exchange names, but obviously, and anyway, the game. I suppose we've spoken about that, and just.
But we've not got to the penalty. We've not got to that yet.
Oh, we know, right? Okay.
We've not got there yet, mate.
Oh, we had a big fight there, Louise, didn't we?
Didn't he fucking see you've got to get battered when you come up?
No, I am. I'm fucking tense. You
see the thing. See the one thing I think that people have said it to us is, the one thing that makes this podcast is because it's just real shit that happens. It's real pals talking real stuff with them. I've stopped
smoking. I've stopped smoking. I went to the fag. That's how much I have to Yeah.
Let's go, Paul. Let's go.
Gracie was in my crew there, to be fair.
So yeah, let's have a chat then. We've not really spoke about the goals and stuff like that as well, but let's bypass that stuff as well, because there was a couple of big moments as well, but the biggest moment of them all, Barry, being that handball. I think everybody to a man, that me and Andy had this conversation as well just before he came on. I don't want to say divine intervention as well, but it's fucking Celtic have had a few honours this season as well that's kind of you maybe just have to ask yourself a wee bit, is it destiny that we're supposed to actually be doing this? Because you're looking at me as if, like, have I said something wrong here?
No, of course not, mate.
But just thinking deep into injury time. Now, I think, again, I'm usually always, I think I've said that a few times as well, keep the faith, guys, the goal's coming. Anybody that's saying as well, keep the faith, the goal's coming as well in the 95th, 96th minute as well, is like...
one warning, my son. You're getting one warning.
Nah, fucking let them. See if they jump on in the next fucking pod. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Manager's a fucking dick.
You get different reactions to that as well, because I'm happy for people just to come on and have wee goes at that as well. But you can see it tickles people differently, that stuff as well. I don't bother my arse with it. This is my story as well. If that's your story, it's cheating as well, then you need to look at a fucking different book, brother, as well, because we're going to have a chat about this now. So, gentlemen, destiny or whatever you call it as well, I think there's been several examples this season as well where Celtic have got something from absolutely fucking nothing. We pulled 3 points out the bag for 1 point. We pulled 1 point for fucking 3 points. I just think as well that this season, in order for us to get to the position we're in the now, it's all back in our hands. Barry, you said it. 8 games to go. Win the 8 games, well, you win the league. We needed a hander off of somebody as well, and we go to off of Motherwell. Paul, you said it yourself. Motherwell will be the kingmakers, or whoever does best against Motherwell will be the team that goes on and wins the league. Both of those we have got in our favour. We beat Motherwell, the other two, did they? Barry, we've won 7 out of the 8 games that was left there as well. We have 1 more to go. But that decision last night as well, on the 98th minute or whenever it was as well, was an absolute fucking stoter, because the absolute shithousery that's kicked off, and I think this is a sad indictment of society more than anything as well. The fact that how fucking deep a referee's decisions went for a guy clearly hitting the ball with his fucking hand in the box, that there's such a baffling reaction to that as well, like an overreaction. But I had a chat with my work today as well, and it's a sad indictment as well, and the bigotry and bitterness as well aimed at Celtic as well for fucking Scottish, Irish Catholics as well, live in this country as well. It's been a fucking... I was
We're going.
Anyway, we're not going there as well. But
fucking right, you're right. No, you're spot on. As Kev, I think he borrowed it off Magoo, and the perfect heading. It's a peek behind the curtains of the sectarianism that still runs rife through Scotland, man. Run fucking rife through it. If you ever wanted to be reminded of what we still live in, then you just have to look at the last week of what's been allowed to get broadcast and fucking the highest levels in media. You've got scumbags like Ali McCoist, who looked, and I hope very much is very close to a severe cardiac arrest. I really hope he fucking is. Never mind, looked like he was having one. I hope he is. You've got fucking Chris Boyd just spouting fucking lies, an inability to fucking actually see what's in front of them. You know what I mean? There's just an inability to see what's in front of them. Fucking
who said last week at Hibs, Paul, with the Joe Newell handball, and I
just have to trust the officials.
You have to trust the officials. The Hoggy says divine intervention. I offer you my piece on it was or correct decision, and here's why it's a correct decision. Just a simple yes or no, lads, and come back to me. Did the ball hit the guy's hand? Paul, yes or no?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Andy.
Absolutely.
So, humour me then. Yes, we get the circumstances. It was 95 minutes, and it was 5 minutes.
Irrelevant.
And another question as well that I've been asked as well is, what if the shoe was another foot? But the shoe wasn't another foot, and I would offer this as an explanation to my Motherwell supporting friends. Is if we had 2 people in the SFA, 2 people that you said, please don't be in charge of the refereeing of the game, please don't be in charge of the VAR, they would be the last 2 that you would pick. Now, I watched it again before I come up, and I showed Andrea before I come up, and she's saying, but folk are saying it isn't. And I says, right, hold on a minute, come in and look at this, and I paused it. I says, did that hit his hand? And she's like, why? Right, okay. Now, to the naked eye, and to what John Beaton was saying there, and by the way, what's come out against that laddie tonight is absolutely repulsive. Well, if disgusting is the word of the week, that is disgusting that laddie has had to have an escort for to go to his bed last night, if that's true, but the SFA have said last night.
Fucking reserve sympathy. Reserve sympathy.
Somebody's been arrested on that as well. There's been an arrest in the case as well. That a 19-year-old gentleman has been arrested under what's happened there as well with that a Communications Act or something like that as well for sharing it. Now, just to put in that point there as well, but
carry on, it's your show, mate.
No, on you go.
No,
on you go.
So, if you listen to him, I like Big Marvin Bartley, right? And I quite like him, and he's I think he's a bit pro-Celtic if you listen to it, and we've probably all heard what Paul John said today as well. There was 3 points to this. And I thought to myself, do you know what? Keep it simple. See, when you look at that, now you couldn't see it in real time, but that's what VAR's for. VAR is for, not the naked eye at times. I never seen it. I thought it was an elbow in Big Trusty. And when they slow it down, you say to yourself, well, 1, why is your hand up there? 2, did it hit it? And 3, why would it not be a penalty if it's an unnatural position? It's categorically every single day of the week and twice on a Sunday. Hit his horn. They can go on about the science with the head and the ball and all that. I get all that, right? Let's not get that's just propaganda and steering in what the media and everybody wants you to believe that all of a sudden the past few weeks that we've been told all our life. Now I'm 44. I've been told all my life. I've been told all my life that I'm paranoid. And all I've said all week is, do you know what, mate? You're paranoid. Because that hit his horn. No debating. It hit his horn. End of story. Great decision. And by the way, I hope John Beaton's all right. There you go.
But as I come in, so I get in the motor, and you would have thought, I mean, I fully expected the time I got home, because I hadn't seen it in real time. And you would have thought by the reaction, including folk, this is where you see the real issue in Scottish society for me, when you've got folk like Dan O'Dea basically having to toe the line to fucking to almost keep their place in their position, what we want to call it, and no one to come out and say, because I mean, they've seen what I've seen now. Now, I was sitting with Louise and that, and I says, right, there's nobody here in this room that I need to be biased against, right? I says, there's nobody here that you know what I mean, that I hate to prove something to. Look at is that handball, and I can't believe what people are seeing. Apart from, I mean, let's be honest, they're seeing the fairy tale potentially, and that's what folk want. They want the fairy tale. It's the Leicester syndrome, isn't it? Everybody wanted Leicester to win the Premiership. Apart from myself, by the way, I was dying for it to get beat at the end, just out of badness, as much as anything. But I can't be doing with that fairy tale pish and all that stuff. And so this is what's happening. You've got a mixture of that, and as I say, a mixture of the way Celtic are still viewed in this country. It's like if we're running away with miles, it's not even close. It's almost acceptable. Right? You can't say nothing about that. The minute it's been close, you've got, as I say, to use that term again, a peek behind the fucking curtains into just how much it pisses this fucking a big percentage of this country off that we are so successful and get it up every single fucking one of them. Now, by the way, this is what I'll say straight away. The Mora's it's the opposite of a gimme. The Mora's a very, very difficult game. Hearts are more than capable of coming and getting a draw or even beating us.
No, they're not.
Proved that, absolutely. But that all aside, the reaction to what I couldn't believe when I got home. What I was listening for Tom English, who's a fucking rodent. Right? I'm listening to this fucking. So I'm thinking to myself, fuck this. I didn't want to win the league this way. I didn't want to win the league with something that was so blatantly, obviously, no fucking the right fucking decision. And I get in, and Louise, I said to Louise, I says, "Is that? You see that?" She's aye, and she didn't even, because she doesn't then get involved in the rest of the shite at the back yet. She's no fully in Facebook pages or forums or anything. She just watched it and put it off. And she was like, of course it was a penalty. Aye, boys, the boys, he did that. She's like, didn't that? The boys, he did that like that. So then when I watched it, I'm like, what the fuck? What are people no seeing that I'm seeing here? And and it's just pure. It's just denial. It's just in a pure state of denial. And the narrative's kind of changing a wee bit. For never a penalty, disgraceful decision. To now it seems to be because of the magnitude of the game, because of the timing of the decision. What the fuck's that got to do with anything? For example, and I'm glad it's coming up in the comments a lot. And we're not even talking about Maeda's one when the keeper cleans him fucking clear out. That's a blatant penalty. Blatant penalty.
But Paul, how many times have you been told these things even themselves?
Baz, how dare we get refereed to a reasonable standard? How dare we have the cheek to get refereed to a reasonable standard?
Hoggy, you've got to trust the officials.
That's fucking appalling. But hey, by the way, but at the same time, drink it in. Drink it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's the thing, Paul. There's a couple of things as well on that with regards to. I don't want to go over it too much as well because I don't think. No. Listen, John Beaton's not everybody's cup of tea as well. And again, as an official in this country as well, fucking shite. As a person in this country as well, he's not my cup of tea as well. He's absolutely for that other side. But for how long has he been on the back end or the wrong end of Celtic fans' comments? When was the last time that Celtic actually done anything to put that guy's fucking life in jeopardy or life in fear? One time as well that he does something as well that disgruntles the fuckers, and they've got armed police watching the guy fucking watch his house.
No, that's out of order. I said something earlier on that day. I mean, that's fucking bang out of order. It's
bang out of order. And again, listen, a large part of what we say can all be in huff and bluster as well because of we are passionate Celtic supporters and people like him have been seen in the past. And listen, you can prove it all day. As well has been an impingement in Celtic's actually success in some ways. Maybe not trophy success as well, but certainly winning games.
Well, Hoggy, ironically enough, he was on the VAR, I'm sure, when we got a penalty against us for a player not even looking at the ball. What's his name? Doing it Birmingham now. Japanese laddie.
Awata.
The same game that fucking Yang got sent off for a high foot. That was never anywhere near a sending off. Yeah. I mean, I'll top trumps any team in Scotland, and I'll go against anybody with decisions that have went against us. No bother. The last one at Tynecastle, Trusty's red card, never red card in all years.
I think that's the kind of point I'm making there, Paul, is that Celtic have been on the wrong end of blatantly dodgy decisions. But yet there's never been a reaction. Listen, as I say, it's all kind of huff and bluster as well. We can throw insults and stuff like that as well because it's part of fucking life. You're not going to get through life as well without anybody being negative to you or having an opinion against something you're directly affecting somebody. If you're directly affecting somebody, well, people will have an opinion on it. And listen, it's no nice sometimes as well because in the sport, which is a national sport, it's a highly emotive subject for people as well that's as passionate about it as they are. And yes, they will give you absolute fucking stick for it. But it's absolute stick it's getting as well. Again, somebody can prove me wrong, but there's never been that taking it too far moment as well where his life's been put at threat or in danger or in fear because of something that Celtic's done there as well. It's just a fucking horrible. You don't want to see that done to anybody as well. But
no, well, that's steady on there. Steady on there. I'll get my big list out again, Hoggy. But I was talking about Paul John. He was brilliant yesterday, really was. I was actually talking to him in the gym earlier on the day, and I said as much. And he was giving me some really interesting stuff for a different night about Don Mackay. He had a meeting. He met Don Mackay and some of the stuff that he told me about that. And so I thought he'd done very, very well. The Don Mackay stuff would be worth discussing itself, by the way. What he's told me, and he's told me it's fine to tell anybody. But that's for a different night. But it was very interesting, very interesting. But I thought he done great. I thought Paul John was excellent. Starting off with the Maradona reference was great. And
very clever laddie, very clever.
He did. He come across very well. And he was. So that was a couple of years ago. I was talking to him. Not as fast as me in the running machine, by the way, but can't have everything.
But you take him, Paul?
Oh, fuck aye. Fuck aye.
What's happened there anyway? Listen, with regards to the game, the penalty was given. It was a penalty. It was given. It was expertly and acutely put away by Iriacho. The reaction to the penalty, the reaction to the scoring of the penalty, the reaction basically because it was literally right at full time as well. And another point as well, I just want to kind of put in there as well. what you've seen there again was an example that happened not too long ago in people's memories as well, if you can think, where a team has scored a penalty or a goal to win a game or to put somebody through the next round in a cup competition. And fans are naturally reacting to that as well. Listen, should they have been on the park? Probably no, but you got to stop them as well when that kind of emotions running through people's bodies. Absolutely not. You've got the same reaction as well where Celtic fans enter the field of play as well to celebrate the goal, celebrate with their players. That could easily have been another example as well of absolute fucking war baths. War breaking out there. But you want to know why it wasn't? Because there wasn't a fucking team that was going hunting for fucking revenge or hunting for violence. No. Very easily that could have kicked off last night as well if we were playing against another team there. But
it wasn't. Being at the game, and you know the crew I'm talking about, the wee Ulchers, no the wee Ulchers mob, the Motherwell ones. I've got a fair squad of them, and it was lively. It was very lively down there. So there was a lot, and it didn't. So fair play. I'm saying fair play. The wee rat bastards, but no, listen, it's a last minute penalty. Of course, folk are going to pile into the park. Fucking hell, gives a break.
With the emotion that's running about it being the fact that we needed a goal to take it into that last day as well. It's just, I seen it, somebody posted it on a YouTube short the day as well, and I seen it and I thought, you want to know what? Absolutely fucking spot on, young man.
Okay, put it in context. It wasn't away to Partick Thistle, Andy, in the last minute.
Yeah, but
right? Whenever invaded the pitch at Partick Thistle with a last minute goal, Andy, we never invaded the pitch at home on the first game of the season in the last minute for the goal to get chopped off, right? We invaded the pitch in joyous celebration. And I take you back to the quote from the Deck Dome after the 2-2 game, where the actual match commander says one team approached the play in joy, the other team reacted in antagonism, or words to that effect. Andy.
Violence.
Now, well, there you go. Now, fair play to the Motherwell fans. Who didn't come on and do that? But to Hoggy's point, Celtic were just enjoying the moment. Now, if folk just enjoy the moment, why does that differ for Partick Thistle or Dundee at home on the first game of the season? Do you know what I mean? You've got the decision to make, Andy. And let's be honest, at the last time, I was at the Matt Riley one, remember the last minute with the Matt Riley, and I was in the second row up the tier, and I nearly, because you jumped up, I nearly counted right early. But you've got to account for the moment, Hoggy, in the moment, Andy, that you've got that. This is the last minute. This means we don't need to win 3-0 on Saturday here. This is mental. This is the season, and Motherwell fans never reacted. So I think to Hoggy's point, I think that there's a common denominator here. But Andy, if you were in the front row, big man, you're in the park.
You're fucking right, Emma. I don't think you would have any choice. I think you would be forced onto the park, if you know what I mean. That just shows you what football means to us. As a country, I'd say the majority of people, I think you look across the city and it's not a football hang with them, it's absolute hatred and bigotry. Things we do is for the love of our club, things they do is for the hatred of us. And I think that's quite evident. You know, there was only going to be one club that would run on the park and go and attack another set of fans, and it was always going to be them, and it proved that, you know. Can I just say something before we move on?
Of course.
Just touching on the penalty situation, I think there's 3 instances happening in the one there. Just before that whole handball thing happens, and the elbow. Just look at it back, and there's actually 2 Motherwell players behind Trusty, pushing him with both their hands, both of them, just as he's about to jump. And they're going on about it's Trusty's momentum that's thingied the boys' arm up like that, you know. There's a foul right away in the box for 2 Motherwell players on 1 Celtic player before that even happens. So there's several things that could be happening, that could happen in that situation. And Paul's 100%. I think it's you that brought up the Maida penalty is what it should have been. I think that, you know, I mean, if that's not obvious, then what is, you know? I think, and what's clear to see is the anti-Celtic agenda that's going on in the whole country right now. You know, and it is anti-Celtic. So let's enjoy this. We go in and do the business tomorrow and fucking get it up every single one. And you're just talking about Ali McCoist. That man was given an award as the best co-commentator or commentator, you know, this year or whatever it is. He talks one load of pish. They think he's the happy-go-lucky. He's a fucking bigoted cunt. That's, sorry for my language, but I can't help it because I hate the guy. I'd love to get him in the ring. I swear to God. I heard somebody saying, "Oh, he's a bit handy," and you know, Ali's a bit. We'll fucking find out then. I would love to get 5 minutes with him in the ring. By the way, for charity, it'd be superb.
I've always said he's the worst type of hunt for me. Right?
Oh.
Give me your Ian Fergusons, your John Browns. They know they hate you, and that's it, right?
100%.
He's a snidey little bastard, right? And then that's what I mean. That I'm going to use it again. The peek behind the curtain. This is when you see the truth coming out. He's lying there, fucking raging. Looked like he's lying on his couch. Weirdly enough, fucking strange interview he gave. Fucking raging, calling basically the whole of Scottish football into fucking. Which is the irony is absolutely incredible when you sit back and think what we've had to suffer.
We all know, Paul. Every one of us know this is decades, and even before your time. The stuff that's going on.
I mean, going to Ibrox, he's seen 3 penalties, 3 blatant penalties.
Neil Lennon's was the worst ever. Anyway,
come on. I mean, so fucking spare me. But the only club that I know that I've had to get that the head of the SFA had to resign because he was caught fucking cheating and not registering one of their players. The referees, we had the cheek to catch a referee trying to concoct a story about us. To his linesman, Dougie McDonald, it was up at Dundee United. I was at the game, and his linesman wouldn't back. His linesman wouldn't back him up, so he got caught lying and now went on strike. Now, because their integrity was called into question. Now, this what's been called into question in the last 48 hours or whatever supersedes anything that we rightfully, is because it was proven to be correct. Called out with Dougie McDonald, and again, it's just that peek behind the scenes at what actually the reality is. Still, sadly enough, I say this, and sadly enough, still has a massive impact, if that's the right word, or underlying current sectarianism right through Scotland, and it's still there. Sad to say.
Listen, and it's not going anywhere either. But what I just wanted to say with regards to kind of instances like that, what happened, that when a fire goes up, a fire needs 3 things to fucking work. There needs to be 3 elements before you get fire, which is fuel, ignition, and air. Starve it to one of the 2 or one of the 3 of them as well, and you don't get a fucking fire. That, for example, for Motherwell night, there was certainly the fuel was there, right? The ignition was there. The Celtic fans going on. There wasn't any air. There wasn't any cunt coming in and fucking doing anything about that as well. So when you find somebody that's willing to put that last third onto that situation as well, then it will combust and it will go up. That's Rangers. That's fucking Rangers as well. They're always the one as well that's done wrong to. They're always the one that fucking takes it a step too far. They're always the one that thinks they are in the fucking minority in this country. You've been the establishment team all your fucking days. Fucking cheeky bastards. To come out and say stuff like that as well, it absolutely epitomises every single bit about them as well. And I realise I get my voice a wee bit up there as well. That angers me and it annoys me as well that I'm not saying any fucking name about it. But anyway,
just to say that a lot of that, I can kind of, when it comes to like, I mean, it's went nationwide, this, isn't it? And it's a Leicester effect, just to kind of finish my input on this. And I kind of get that to an extent, that folk that want to see the fairy tale ending, that didn't really realise what Hearts as a club and their support are all about. So the sort of naive people in England that want the fairy tale England, they want the fairy tale ending, and they didn't want it to be there anyone either. I was going to say us and the Huns, but that doesn't happen often.
I think this is the first time I'm ever going to disagree with you. I disagree because I think it's MD but us, Paul.
Oh, of course, Baz. That's with everybody else. I'm talking about the elements that have they've got a dog in the fight for that, though. There's been a lot of folk like the English commentators and whatnot that aren't really. They didn't have a kind of a bias as such. They've shown a lot of them have shown they've no. A lot of people have come at this really badly, and a lot of people shouldn't be forgotten about how they've came out of this. But aye, so anyway, listen, that's it. We won. We go into the Mora, and
Yes.
we've pissed everybody off, apart from us, the Hibs fans, which is great.
Paul, that was a point. Sorry, just to jump in as well. That was a point that I seen Charlie Mulgrew on whatever programme he was on as well, on the fucking nail with it as well. And I think you're absolutely right. You can forgive a small percentage of this country as well for wanting Hearts to win it because it is breaking that kind of stranglehold that Celtic's got on the country as well for winning leagues and stuff like that. But when you actually dig down deep into it, it is because it's Celtic. And the only areas of Scotland and Mora that's no one to see Celtic win is Glasgow, or half of Glasgow, and Leith. Every country else as well wants Celtic to fall flat in their face tomorrow as well. Not because it's Celtic, not because of dominance as well, because it's fucking Celtic and all the background that comes to that. A small percentage, mind you, yes, it might be football purists, but this country's got deep-rooted fucking issues as well with it. And listen, we're as guilty as anybody, I think, as well. We're kind of doing that because some of the stuff that's put out by us, absolutely, I can see how that can stoke other people up there as well. So we don't fucking react to that.
Okay, you know what annoys me? You've got people on platforms like Sky, TalkSport, whatever, blah, 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 mainly based down south, flying fucking Lineker in there as well. It's not been seen on fucking X for I don't know how long, and all of a sudden pops up. Haven't got a clue about Scottish football. Couldn't tell you the first thing about Scottish football. They tell you they're Celtic and Rangers. Any of them, name any of the players in the Hearts team, I bet you not one of them could, but they've got such a big opinion on a penalty decision. Absolutely right that the narrative it's getting put about now. Oh, well, it's a handball, but, look how important it is. It's the dying seconds of the game and look at the effect it's got on Hearts. So fuck. It's a penalty. It's a handball. There's the fucking facts there. That that's the fact of the matter. It's really getting on my nerves. The amount of people that are jumping on this bandwagon of absolute pish that haven't actually don't even take an interest in Scottish football. But the fact that it's Celtic involved, and the anti-Celtic sentiment that's going on, because this is the UK for you. It's stop the fucking boats and all the rest of it, and UK this and UK that. And because we are anti-establishment as a fan base and our ideals, we're a target for people like this, and it's quite clear what's going on here.
To Hoggie's point, Hoggie made a great point there, and you answered it. You answered it well. Flip this room. Say that happened against Celtic. Are Sky Sports even bothered about this, Andy?
No, of course not. I mean, it's a whole Hearts fairy tale shit they're going on about. It's because, you can say Celtic, especially over the last 25 years, have absolutely bossed Scottish football. And in my opinion, continue to do so. And that's what people like. Paul's absolutely right. It's a kind of Leicester factor. It's an underdog. The whole fairy tale fucking story, all the rest of it. But facts are facts. Whether you think it'd be nice for somebody else to win it, well, you need to fucking win the league to do that. Think the decisions happen throughout the whole season. How many times it's went against us? Not just this season, but other seasons as well. And nothing gets looked at the same way this actual one decision has.
Yeah,
that's mental.
Exactly. But
it's disgusting, Paul. It's
disgusting. At
the end of the day, gentlemen, as well, Wednesday night goes into the history books with a 3-2 Celtic victory. History books don't really tell the story of how a game was won, how a game was lost, or how goals came. History books says Motherwell 2, Celtic 3, and we go on. We go on to tomorrow, which is put your drawers down, put your fucking clays off as well, get to the fucking centre circle as well, and just fucking absolutely go for it.
Oh.
Taps off a minute as well.
Okay, that's fine.
I went down a different route there as well. I saw that talk about baths earlier on.
Can we off that in the bath? It looks a wee bit small, mate, to be honest with you.
But this tomorrow, and we'll set it up really, really nice, because we've spoke about situations, we've spoke about situational things, we've spoke about what if this happens and what if that happens, we need to score this, we need to score that. The simple matter of fact is tomorrow, Celtic need to win. If Celtic do not win tomorrow, they do not deserve to win the league. Simple as. Many people would say they don't win the league, they deserve to win the league anyway. But the top of the table will tell the story. If Celtic don't finish at the top of the table tomorrow as well, they do not deserve to win that league title. But it's a simple conundrum now. It's a simple question where all the if, buts and maybes is taken out of it. Celtic at home versus Hearts. 60,000 Celtic fans fucking absolutely roaring their hearts out as well at Celtic tomorrow is a hard task for anybody. So if you're looking at favourites and stuff, Celtic are by far the favourites for the game tomorrow. I will back up Paul and say as well, it's by no means a gimme though.
No,
Andy, sorry, I'll come to you first for this one. This one tomorrow is by no means a gimme. But what do you think as well? Let's say we've got a big cauldron here as well, and we're stirring up the magic soup that we're going to give to everybody tomorrow. What's it going to take for Celtic tomorrow to get over the line? Who needs to do the job? Celtic fans, Celtic players. What needs to happen tomorrow as well to make sure
everybody's got to come together? And I'm telling you something. You know, Hearts can have this fucking maniac singing a song on the pitch. It's not going to come anywhere close to what that atmosphere is going to be tomorrow. And not one of the Hearts players has ever been in an atmosphere that's going to be tomorrow. It is going to be absolutely I think they've got 700 tickets or something like that. You will not see them. You will not hear them. And the Hearts players better be ready for what's going to hit them, because not only have you got 60,000 fans there, but you've got a team that are proved to be winners. We experience of winning big games, big situations, winning trophies, and you've got a manager who knows how to set a team out, how to win. He knows how to get them out of the line. We're at home, last game of the season, win the game and you win the league. There's no more incentive. And by the way, the first fucking thing I'd be doing is posting a picture of that fucking bus that they've made up to go and celebrate their title win on the fucking dressing room wall. You need motivation, there you go. They've got a bus set up ready to go to celebrate. So we have been out of the course and distance many a times as a club. Maybe there's a few players there that haven't in our team, but overall, we've got winners in our team. We've got a fan base that knows how to back their team, and they were going to bring the noise tomorrow. They're going to bring the intimidation, and we are going to get right into them. And I can't even to say that, but they are absolutely going to park the bus. They're certainly going to park the bus and try and take it. I'm convinced they are. I
don't think they will. I think they're that sort of. I don't think they will. They've got Hearts will fan. I think Hearts will fan. But this well, it's. I'm fucking so glad it's at Celtic Park. When the fans is going to Tynecastle tomorrow, let's put it that way. So when you flip it like that, there's your big advantage. But listen, let's know. Because they're saying Hearts have got players on the park that can hurt us. We need to be on the top of our game tomorrow. We really need to put in a performance like we did against Rangers for 60 minutes. We need to do it for 90 minutes tomorrow. I don't think Hearts will park the bus tomorrow. I don't think they're going to come. No, I agree. For the first time, I fucking agree with you. Because I don't think he's well, because you've got too many good players. They've got too many good players in their team, too many good offensive players in their team, and they're going to be looking at your defence and think they could take a go at us. But if we could play like we did last weekend, then yes, I'm very confident we win the game. I'm confident we win the game, but not overly confident. This is 60-40 for me. In favour of us, that's where I'm putting it, because listen, I don't want to pour any fucking cold water on what's after Wednesday's been such a brilliant couple of days, but let's just remember this team's had some fucking, you get what I mean? They've not reached their heights all the time this season, and they need to reach the heights tomorrow. Not to make sure. Listen, it's simple as that. If both teams go out and play to their best, we win. Simple as that. That's how this is going to work. But we need to be at our best tomorrow, because this mob are on a bad side. They're not where they are for no reason. And we've not had the best of seasons. I know that argument's been chucked about a bit, but we've not beat them yet. You know what I mean? So I was going to say credit where it's due. This is my story. Cover your ears anew. Credit where it's due to an extent. But we play it tomorrow, we go and win. Simple as that.
Yeah. Correct. I think anybody that would argue that fact as well is, I'm not going to say is wrong as well, but their opinions are like their arsehole as well. It's stinking of shite.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you're right, Paul. Full season Celtic. I spoke to guys that this week as well and said after the Rangers game there as well, that's probably the best performance I've seen at Celtic Park this season, and it came at the right time. Came at the right time as well. We go to a tricky position or a tricky venue on Wednesday. And yes, we are going to be put under pressure as well. So again, you're not going to have that dominance that you had there. But you go and you play the conditions. You know, you play the men, you play the conditions you're in as well. And Celtic, for large part as well, I think done all right there. We knew that Motherwell were going to have a lot of the ball. We knew that they were going to have a lot of possession.
Good side, Hoggy. Decent side when you see them.
Absolutely decent side as well. And again, we gave them a lot of credit and stuff like that as well. But you know that you're going to be under pressure at times as well. And I think largely they handled that well. Tomorrow again is a very, very different atmosphere in there. It's no Rangers. It's close to it. It's no Rangers. But to Andy's point as well of putting Celtic in that position where Celtic have been over and over and over again. Maybe not to the same extent of it's all down to one game. But Celtic have got over the line in many, many cup competitions, which is one game. Many, many cup wins, which is one game. Many, many big important games in Europe, which is one game. Celtic have got more experience in that situation than anybody in this country. And if you look at that,
40 years ago, it's fucking written in the stars, man.
Yep. So when you look at it that way as well, I think all the favour, I think, should be pointing at Celtic. But all the favour and all the good opinions and stuff like that means fuck all if you've got a team that doesn't go and perform. So, Barry, for you, let's talk Motherwell team tonight as well, because he made one change to the team as well. Tureki came in and started for McCowan, was the only change he made from the Rangers game as well. When we're going in tomorrow, is that the same team that starts for you tomorrow?
There's no way in this earth Tureci's starting tomorrow. For me, for my money, and to add to the conversation there as well, I was kind of nodding along with how tomorrow's going to turn out. Who would you rather be tomorrow, lads? Would you rather be Hearts, a point, whatever it is, the point front of us, coming to Celtic Park, don't know how to go about the game, don't know what tactics today, don't know, hold on a minute, first 20 minutes, what do we do, when do we attack, when do we defend? Or do you just want to go with us and say, do you know what? Let's just go out there, all out attack. And there was a memory in my Facebook the other day, Hoggy, and it was me and you, and it was the first ever race, I think it was a race night or whatever it was, charity night, and me, you, Joanna and Eric were at the Bully. That was the Bully. It was maybe 6-7 years ago. And so where I'm going with this is that was the night before we had the tribute act at Celtic Park, and we went out and we absolutely charged at them from minute one, and we absolutely battered and annihilated them 5-0. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 5-0 tomorrow, but I'm saying it's going to be 4-0. And do you know why? Because the press conferences, which we've still got to, you've got the players in the team in there, you've got a decimated Hearts injury-wise, you've got Celtic who are behind points-wise, you've got Martin O'Neill in there with experience, and you've got all us in there, and it's going to be an absolute feverish atmosphere. We're going to go at them from minute one. They don't know how to approach this. They don't know what's going to hit them. And see, when it does hit them, they don't know how to react to it. And do you know why? Because they've never been there before. So Celtic are going to go out there. We've got the winners in the team. We've got the experience in the team. We've got the freshness in the team. And we've got Martin O'Neill on the sidelines. And we are going to go out there tomorrow, and we are just going to go attack, attack, attack the Celtic way. And do you know what? See if you can take it and you beat us fair and square, and you can bat it off, and then fair enough. Fair play to you. What was his name again? I can't remember. Is it This Is My Story? Fair enough. But I tell you one thing, we're behind, yeah? But I tell you one thing, I would still rather be in our position than their position, because 1-2, my head is coming for you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right there, Baz. I don't think there'll be anything but a Celtic attack tomorrow. I think that, and I'm not saying as well that certainly their egos have been hurt by this season and by what they've done there as well, but I think there's a point to prove with there tomorrow as well. I think that Celtic will go out with that mentality as well, that we're not going to sit back and worry about anybody else coming into our place. I think this will be tomorrow as well, will be as what you said there as well. I think Celtic will go absolutely blazing for the start of them. And I think that's the way to beat Hearts team. I think that's the way I beat Hearts team, because Paul Wright, credit where it's due as well, Hearts have done really, really well this season, and they've seen out a lot of games, and they've seen through a lot of games, and they've seen they've beat a lot of kind of fucking decent teams. But I just don't think anybody can live with us at Celtic Park when we're in that mindset. If we're in a mindset as well of negativity and sitting back. There was a comment up earlier as well. Why the fuck were Celtic defending with 10 minutes to go? Celtic could they fucking defend. I've got to make a wee kind of thing up there as well. But no, Celtic for large parts of the last few years. Certainly, if I'm sitting there as well, I don't trust Celtic to see out a score, to see out a 1-0 or a 2-1.
Oh,
or a 3-2.
Okay, that was never finishing 2-1 on
Yeah.
Wednesday. I knew that was the finishing 2-1 on Wednesday. I knew that you could tell Motherwell we're going to just it was written in the stars. Motherwell were going to score.
But then we scored again, lads.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did, mate, as well. We did.
And we should have scored at 2-1 with Tedeschi's. Well, I've not seen it back since, but he's just to square the ball and he fucks it. At 2-1, he gets So it's not like I've seen folks saying that Motherwell played us off the park and that. And that's a different game for me. Motherwell were tidy in big periods of the game, but I thought so were we. And Niagara, what can you fucking say about Niagara, man? You know what I mean? I was slating the boy and then he pulls out of the
Was it Desi today? You start the game a goal up and a man down.
That's fucking quality, isn't it?
I love Des.
That's fucking what a quote. That's perfection. Perfection. But you've got to play him, eh? Does it well come to that obviously I'd imagine, but
that's Hoggy's gig.
Hoggy,
yes.
Can I just say what a week this has been for Celtic when you think about it. That 7-day period, beating the Huns in Maeda goal, this finish to the game in Wednesday night, and then we've got a title decider, you know, and the Mora. And I just think, just touching on what Paul says, that he doesn't think they're going to hold back. The reason why I think they are is because I think they're going to try and silence it. They're going to try and make the crowd nervous. I think they're going to be really tight for the first 25 minutes or so to try and frustrate Celtic and the fans and then think that the fans are going to turn against the team. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to be ultra defensive. But I do think it's very important that Celtic get the first goal here to really lift the spirits, you know. So I think that's very important. I know it's way off what we were talking about, but I wrote it down and I went, I better get it in before I forget.
James, I've got that on my things to do the night as well, buddy. The reason I was actually kind of away on a kind of sidetrack, I was looking through the comments there as well, and there was a comment as well that I think I've taken out of context as well for this is my story as well. I'm getting the rest of them as well. It's nothing bad for that as well, but there's a comment about the Burns family there as well.
It was aimed at me for sticking the finger up when he brought up Alan McCoy and Tommy Burns.
Never got that, Tommy Burns is a massive hero in mine. Anybody that's known me over the years when I used to be prolific on Facebook and used to do my Friday nights with the carry out in the house and a couple of joints and stuff like that knows that I used to fucking post these Friday nights with me sitting in the house and watching Tommy Burns and greeting myself. So absolutely on the anniversary he's passing as well. Tommy Burns, a Celtic hero. There's so many things we could say, Barry, about Tommy Burns and about the impact that he's had in Celtic and the normal fan at Celtic, because at the end of the day, that's what Tommy Burns was, and he said that himself as well. He was just a fan that got lucky.
A fan that got lucky, Hoggy. Yeah. And the best memory that I have, God rest him, Tommy Burns. I've told the story before about down Strathclyde Park. Me, my brother George, and I still don't know if you've met him, Paul. Not?
No, I don't think so, anyway, Buzz. No.
So it was me, my brother, and I did have a brother, by the way, and we Hattie, Kevin Hattie. And we went down the Rang Day because they were training the 21s. And we ran down to see the players and down Strathclyde Park. Tommy Burns was there. And we ran up to his car and he says, "Listen, boys, you've got the Rang Day, but I need to go. To..." Somebody finish this sentence. "I need to go because I need to go to..."
Mass.
"But I'll see you here tomorrow and I'll get Paul, as in McStay, and I'll get John, as in Collins, to come and see you the morrow." Goes down the very next day, goes up to him and says, "Tommy," and he went, "Oh, and I think I've sent you in the chat at some point the picture of me and Paul McStay, me and John Collins, and whatever. Just a total gentleman. I was working that day and I actually got interviewed outside Celtic Park that day. I was actually working the day that God rest him Tommy died, and I went round to Celtic Park, just looked at the flowers and whatever. And then the next thing, I got a tap in the shoulder and I turned around, STV was in my face, and I'm like, oh shit. But the other memory, abiding memory for Tommy is they're there and they're always there.
Oh yeah.
And God bless every one of them. And that's what's getting you through tomorrow. The Celtic
38 years yesterday, Baz, that was said.
Yeah.
38 years
Getting you
yesterday.
through tomorrow, Paul. That's getting you through tomorrow.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Anybody else get any good Tommy Burns stories? Because before we go on, Paul,
I've told you the one about I've told you the one before when he's got the footage today with my two daughters, my father-in-law. It's one of my favourite footage all the time when he brought the Celtic youth team through to Hillabeath for a testimonial game. And I probably would day this now because knowing it was Tommy Burns, one of my heroes. I knew he was coming, but we were up in Dundee, and I mean, I struggle to miss a Celtic game now, but back then it just wouldn't have been possible. So I missed him being here. It's kind of one of my regrets. And there's a photo of him with my daughters and my father-in-law, and he played the game back to the club and spent hours, and he spent a particularly long time. There was a wee Rangers boy, and I'm obviously in a wheelchair, and Tommy Burns was through talking to him for just a huge period of time. And Hillabeath, as you know, is pretty sort of a Hun-orientated place. That's where it was, Hillabeath Club. And obviously there have been a lot of Huns in the vicinity. And like a few folk have said in the comments, nobody was there at all. Normally when teams come through for these sort of things, it's as quick as they can get away. And it was fucking Darno D, it was McGeady, it was Charlie Mulgrew, that age group that were all there. And they had to fucking almost fucking pull fucking Tommy Burns out the place. He was just spending so much time talking to everybody, and it's a kind of regret of mine that I wasn't there. But as Tommy Burns says to, I think it was either Louisa, the father-in-law, when she told him that I was in Dundee at the football, and he was as he should be. Okay, I mean, to support the boys. So.
God rest her. I think Rosemary said as well that one of the annoying things for her about Tommy as well is that the fact that he was never out of the mass hospitals or social clubs, Celtic supporters clubs.
Yeah,
because he was just one of the people as well. And sadly, I've not got the great stories as well to say about times that I've met the man as well. But certainly, he's been an inspiration for me. Andy, anything to add to that about Mr. Burns?
No, I can interviewed his what it was on Four Leaf Clover. Actually, I had his boy Jonathan on talking about his dad. Just amazing stories for him. Very like his dad as well, his mannerisms, and it's pretty uncanny.
You could shut your eyes, Andy, couldn't you? You're like, that's him, isn't it?
I definitely. I think I've told it on here before as well. The story he told, people probably know it as well, as he was got to see George McCluskey, who lived in Stonehouse at the time, I think. And he was only 74, and he went to his house, and then coming out, he was ready to get home. And he took a rank turn on the motorway and fucking driving. Jonathan, I think he was in a car with him, driving away down. Wasn't it he got to Carlisle that he realised he was going to ride it? Because he's gone, why is it taking so long to get home? It was just one of the guys, you know, just.
That was on his DVD, Andy. He was going to hospital. He was going to hospital when it was Rosemary that phoned George McCluskey and says, do you know what Tommy is? He's not been here for hours. He says, the last time I knew him, he was going to this hospital. He fucking hit up in Carlisle, the madman.
Aye.
But listen, I think as podcast goes, well, we could certainly kind of sit and do a podcast as well, simply talking about our stories as well and what we know about Tommy Burns as well. But today is also the anniversary of another Celtic greats passing away. As well, Bobby Murdoch passed away in 2001 on this day as well. So one of Celtic's greatest ever as well has been.
He was the first of the lines to go, wasn't he? And the youngest as well. 54, was he? 54?
I don't know the age, mate, as well, but certainly that's 25 years. 25 years.
Yeah.
We were playing that night, I'm sure. I remember going round to the front of the stand, and it was just like huge, because obviously being the first of the lines, it was quite a. As I've always said, the Lions when you were younger, it was like they were all going to live forever. They were bigger in life. They were bigger in life for sale. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the best statements as well, and one of the things that certainly when I've lost people close to me as well, is that you never lose people that's in your heart, mate.
No,
you never lose people that's in there as well. And I think that as proper kind of passionate Celtic fans that we all are, I think we've all got a special place in our hearts as well for people like Bobby Murdochs and like anybody that's passed as well being a Celtic great as well. So didn't want to kind of passing our condolences and obviously everything that you would say, and I don't want to say best, but our love, our smiles, our laughter, our joy, our tears, all it over the years as well that these men have brought us. And sadly, we're certainly of an age as well that we didn't get to see the best of the Lions era players. But certainly it's something as well that we will absolutely give every single bit of credence.
Can any of you see that down there?
Nicky?
I don't know what he's doing.
His device isn't connected as well, so he's not coming on.
Plus he's...
Just while we're waiting on that, that's big shed. Scott McDonald, my favourite Scott McDonald. To be fair, it's not much of a competition. But my big mucker, big shed, as I call him, proper Celtic. And you're right, you used to get shed. You used to get the all the good players at the Legelli supporters club, Arthur McKenna, who was very well connected, the late great Arthur McKenna. And I heard all these tales because by that time, Shed, we were too busy battling you, so we couldn't come to your dances because that was the rivals between Cowdenbeath and Legelli, so we couldn't go to the dances, unfortunately. But we heard all the stories about how great that Tommy Burns was, and I've seen the photos of Arthur with Paul McStay, and brilliant, just great. It's great Celtic men. Every person I've just mentioned there.
And listen, as I say, I think these types of kind of when we get into podcast talking like this as well and remembering our heroes and stuff like gives me the goosebumpy feelings as well. But do you want to know what's giving me the goosebumpy feelings again?
Tomorrow.
It's coming ahead tomorrow. So let's dive back into the morning as well, because we do have some people from other teams. Let's say I'll be kind of that one as well. Who watches all the time. Listen, we don't care about that. Again, be decent people as well. Don't come in and spend all your shit. You can sit and listen to us at talk shit all night if you want as well. But tomorrow, again, I think one of the things that we said, Andy, and yourself was saying we could park in the bus and stuff like. I think maybe at the start of the game as well. I think it will be that let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think the way that Hearts have got their team set up. And the two of them are going to play tomorrow. I think Shankland and Braga tomorrow as well will be dangerous. Will be awfully dangerous for us as well. So I think you're right to an extent as well. I think there will be a period of let's keep this game nice and fucking tight for the first 15-20 minutes. But you can only keep the game so tight as well if the other team's kind of playing that same game a wee bit as well. I think if Celtic go fucking hammer and tongs at it without being too kind of calamitous with it, mind you. But that's what I'm expecting to see tomorrow. Andy, for yourself, I know I'd said to Barry as well about kind of the team stuff like that for tomorrow. Is there any change that you would make to the team that played against Motherwell starting tomorrow? I'm
not sure, but Maida's got to start up front.
100%.
It's as simple as that. There shouldn't be any talk. Ian Atchell starting that game. He certainly can't start a game. No, this magnitude. I just wouldn't get down that route. I think, you look at Maida, what's he got now? Is it 9 goals in 7 games or something like that? It's something crazy, And we spoke about this actually before Maida started scoring again and going, what's happened to Maida? He's fell off a cliff kind of thing. It might have something to do with the World Cup coming up very, very soon that he's thought, I better get my fucking finger out here or I'm not going to get a look in for this national team. It might. I spoke about this months ago. If he's determined that his time at Celtic is up, and we can argue whether it is or no. Personally, it's probably time. He's gave us quite a few years of his career. You think, well, here's a great opportunity to put yourself. As I was talking Wolfsburg in the summer, here's an opportunity. If you're adamant that it's time to leave Celtic, and we're probably looking to cash in, put in your best performance. Try and get a really good move for yourself because he deserves it. Listen, the guy does the work of 2 players. There's nobody else like him. We've said it before. There is nobody else like Dyson Maida in world football that I've seen that can. It just doesn't stop. He's an absolute pain in the arse to play against, and I'm really surprised that teams still take chances with passing it back to their keeper and dilly-dallying when he's about. It's crazy to me. But he's so important to Celtic at the moment. And listen, we've got 2 more games with him. You know, I think he's going to play his heart out, and he seems to have his mojo back as well when it comes to sticking the ball in the back of the net. Maida's always going to miss chances. I suppose every striker does. People say his first touch is shite and that, when he's got too much time to think about it, he misses it. But he certainly knows how to score a goal, and I think he's got his mojo back. So he is definitely going to start up front for us. Looking at the wings, you know, I wouldn't start with tonight's guy. He's just too hot and cold for me. You know, he's probably merely an impact player. So the question would be who do you stick out there? You know, are you going to use Yang out there and maybe bring Forrest on? I'm not sure, but I don't think it's going to change too much for the game and Wednesday. No too much. I think Martin's going to stick with aye.
I think, Paul, I think the Celtic team largely picks itself for tomorrow. Again, going through what Martin's penny picked consecutively over the course of the last few months as well. I think the goalkeeper obviously picks itself. The back 4, if they're all fit as well, picks themselves. I think the midfield 3 picks itself, although Nygren is one that I think a lot of people would happily see kind of come out the team for a bit as well. But I think the midfield 3 stays the same. Maida plays absolutely. I think Yang plays absolutely because he's played him often enough. I think there's only one spot that's up for grabs, which is on the left or right wing, if you want to kind of look at it, which is
I'm a couple of things there. That for me, Kim. I mean, just a game like the Mora could be. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So the Shed, I totally agree with that. If you run the wheel, Colin Shed, it's Scott McDonald. That's his nickname. I would. I mean, Nygren. I watched Nygren on Wednesday, and goal aside, I mean, he offers fuck all. And I know, listen, Motherwell's a tough place to go, and their midfield's probably the strongest department in their team. But Nygren was just getting bossed out of the park. But then he fucking pops up with that fucking goal, and his days wonderfully put it. You start a goal up, my man doing, and it's fucking spot on. I would Red Scotland, you just took the words out of my mouth, mate. I think I would probably like to see wee James starting. I think he's looking really sharp, albeit coming on in games. But he's a better option than fucking Taneki, that's for sure, for starting. So that's the position for me. I think every position you've just mentioned, and I think, by the way, I think what's huge for us, and I thought who was excellent before he retired on Wednesday was Alistair Johnson. But he was tremendous on Wednesday. Yeah. And as a massive, it just makes us a better team. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So having him back's huge. Back 4 speaks for itself. I think the midfield 3 will be the same. I think Yang starts because Yang's still playing well. Maida up front, and it's that. I think does he start Taneki?
No.
I mean, I was rolling for Sriracha in front of, but he's not going to do that in the last game of the season. I don't think he's changing that. He's showed no appetite for. Well, it did look McKinnon, to be fair.
Right, who the fuck is that? Seriously, going up. Who is it?
What noise? Can you not hear that? Who's not hear that? I heard that.
I've never heard that yet, and all the times you've mentioned that.
Is it farting?
I think it's Baz.
Excuse me.
I've never heard it.
It sounds like one of yours.
That'll be the 3rd or 4th time that's been mentioned, and I've never heard it yet.
If I need to fart, I just mute myself. If you need to fart, boys, then just mute yourself and fart.
Nicky's trying to come in. He's been trying to come in.
His device isn't connected. We don't know. There's no an option to click him onto the stage.
I know.
He's saying as well, but it's saying device is not connected. It's saying.
Andy, did you get that picture I sent you?
On what?
So
what's up?
So Paul, so as you're saying there as well, I think you're absolutely right with AJ. I think the difference in composure and strength across the back 4 as well. So I don't think it can be downplayed how important that lad is for us to come in as well. He's slotted in as if he's never been away. Yeah. I think he's very first fucking game for Celtic. Stick in there as well, and did not look out of place at all. at all. Such an important player for Celtic. I just think it's for me. I'm going to be the one that will end up to be the only one that thinks that Sebastian Tedeschi will come good. I would start him tomorrow.
I think he will start, Hoggy. I think he will start.
He will too, Paul. I think he will too.
James is a decent option to bring on. He's done really well when he's come. You've got two major impact players. I mean, I looked at our bench at when they were warming up on Wednesday. I was saying to the boys next to me, I says, there's a lot of impact players on that bench. And I did say that I don't think I was the only person, in fairness, that fancied Iheanacho considering his record. So it wasn't exactly like fucking splitting atoms or anything. But I did say he'll come on and he's going to have a big impact. I did actually say he'll score the winner. But again, it's not exactly fucking a major shout when considering he's scored so many late goals. But no, listen, when you've got the boys, Tedeschi starts, he will start. He's got a good performance in him, Hoggy. I'm not as convinced as you. I don't think he's got that thing you need to be a Celtic player. That extra bit of confidence, arrogance, call it what you will. I don't see him having. I think that'll be that laddie's downfall because he has got ability. He's shown that absolutely. I thought he was when his game at Partick Thistle, he was fucking the new Jota for me. I've got that one wrong. But he does start the more. Tedeschi will start, I think.
So.
Who else, Baz? Would you have?
Baz,
what's that, mate?
Baz, are you wanting that picture up that you sent us?
So the story I was telling Hoggy, the story I was telling the viewers, I found a picture about the Tommy Burns Day, and that was me with Paul McStay that day, Paul.
Never changed a bit, Baz.
No, thank you, mate. The hairs, I got my hair cut today, mate. I got all that shit.
Your hair's totally changed colour.
I know, mate. I know. So
cracking footy, mate. Cracking. I love that jersey too, by the way.
Can't believe David.
Look at the maestro cutting about that. Even making Umbro look great. Fucking tremendous.
Can't believe David Beckham copied my hairdo.
I know it. I can.
So tomorrow, I think, for me personally, I think for me the team picks itself, but I think the team I would pick, the team Martin would pick, is different. The back four picks itself. It's going to be Sinisalo, Johnson, Trusty Scales, KT. It's going to be Callum, Engels, and Negren. Maida's going to be through the middle. For me, Hoggy, I would go Jamesy in the right and Yang in the left. But I think you're putting square pegs and round holes because I don't like Tedeschi. But St. Martin will put Tedeschi and Yang. That's what's going to happen tomorrow, Hoggy.
I think the team doesn't pick itself then if that's two teams you've just mentioned.
Who cares? I know. Who cares what I think? I said after Dundee.
We care what you think.
The next day
I think it's been pretty obvious that Martin O'Neill's got his players that's got him to this point, and Tedeschi's one of the players that has had impacts when he's either came on or when he started games. So I think I didn't mind that, Baz. I didn't mind that. I think James's that would be just a fairy tale, wouldn't it? He's not scored this season, is he? No.
I scored.
Oh, did he score again? Oh, but was that the pub? Did I miss that?
It's quite early in the season, I think.
Paul, me and you missed that. I don't know how.
Did we, Baz? Usually I get the rundown at least so I can say, Louise, I've been at the game. Tell her when I come in.
I was kidding on Louise. Me and Paul were at the game then.
There you go. But no, I didn't mind that, Baz, at all. But I think Martin O'Neill's been pretty stoic. Less, of course, the surprise.
He's not going to change in, Paul. He's not going to change in. But we were, as I said, right, I know I keep bamming you up about all this with the full bravado for 8 games to go for Dundee United, right? And I know I've done that, right? But oh no, right? Enough, right? I said that day, Paul, for a reason. We need to win 8 games.
Win
the league, right? And I fully trusted that, and I fully believed that. In St. Martin's head, he's picking teams for those 8 games, and he's not going to budge. He's just going to say, this is the formation we're playing. This is the position you're in. This is what I want for you. Just go out and do it. And we're 1 away for it. We are 1 away for it. We are 7 out of 8. I've been called a cheerleader. I've been called a fanboy. I've been called a fucking all sorts. But I'm not going to waver for my faith in my team, my faith in St. Martin, and because he is in there saying, this is what we're doing and we aren't going to change it. There's not going to be any Sriracha at left wing. There's not going to be 3-5-2. There's going to be, do you know what? I'm going to piss with the cock of goat, and I'm going to trust it. And we've got one game to go. And all I want you to do is go out there. And as I always say to Hoggy, see if you're better than the person that's up against you.
Simple.
See if the other 9 folk in the outfield are better than the person they're up against. You win the league tomorrow, mate.
Yeah. Simple as that, Baz. Simple game.
It's a very simple equation, sorry, when you come down to that. When you absolutely come down to that. Before we go and take a look at predictions and stuff like that as well, we'll get into this in podcast to come as well. I don't want to concentrate on it too much tonight as well, because it's not a negative by any means as well, but I don't want to start thinking about things before they actually happen. But it is Celtic's last game at Celtic Park in this current season. It will be the last time that we see some of those players get out and wearing the hoops that we so well love.
Fucking play them, I hope, no offence.
Yeah, I think there will be a few, and that's why I was saying as well, we'll get into it deeper on podcast to come as well about what this summer rebuild looks like, Paul. But Andy, I'll start with yourself in this one, buddy, because the season has been. It's hard to say it's been a disappointing season because we're still in the fucking midst of winning.
Yeah, it's been bizarre. It's bizarre.
It really is a contradiction in itself, the actual season we've had. But I think what's been clear through it all as well is that the squad we've had available to us at times as well has been, underwhelming and not fit for where we need to be at Celtic. But when you look at that team now, right, and I want you to tell me as well where you're picking players to come out and come in there, right? If you look at that team, now bear in mind you've got Cameron Carter-Vickers, who is on the grass, gentlemen. He's on the grass, back in training. So you've got CCV as well. Supposedly has been buzzing about as well, trying to get some game time this season. Again, I don't think that's going to happen given the how huge the last 2 games are. But you've got CCV that comes back in fresh for a pre-season, right? You've got Jota that's going to kind of fit in it somewhere as well, hopefully at the start of pre-season or just at the start of the season kicking off. And then you look at the team, right? You've got a goalkeeper as well that we all seen that Sinisalo was there apparent to big fucking Jobby Jaws, Big Schmeichel.
Did you see him the other night? He just fucking appeared.
Oh, he was on the park.
Aye.
He was. I fair play him, by the way.
Well, he's listened, I think, then. He's listened. He's
fucking Danish John Terry.
Taking on board the feedback. But when you look at it as well, you've got a goalkeeper that's Sinisalo's got a lot of experience to gain. Nicky, again, I don't know if you can hear us, mate, as well, but your device isn't connected for you to go on. So something's happening there. We're no banning, we're no kind of kicked you off, or we're no putting you on. It's saying your device isn't connected. I don't know if you can hear us or no. But then your back four, you look at, let's say everybody stays. You've got KT, absolute first teamer. You've got AJ, absolute first teamer. Your centre halves, you've got CCV comes in there as well. Do you get another centre half in? I would say yes.
Yes.
You look at your midfield there. You look at Nygren as well. I think he'll be there. I don't think the rumours will be true as well about a £20-25 million bid. But if they do, fucking start their own half for it.
Aye.
But if you look at Nygren again, I think there's growth in there. I think Engels is a player in there. Callum's going to be there for you as well. Right, you maybe subsidise that as well with getting another 1 or 2 in there. Wingers, you've got Tareki, right? Again, you're maybe looking elsewhere. Maida's going to leave. You've got Jota coming back in. And striker. So for me, the places well that we are looking at, Andy, to recruit in the summer, for me would be wingers and striker. But we've been there before. Many times have we said as well, we need wingers and we need a striker. I'll use Barry's. We've not replaced Maida. We've not replaced Kyogo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we need to look at a KT position. We've currently got Sriracha on loan. KT's been really good this season, so Sriracha's not had as much game time. Is that an option to go and try and get him on a permanent basis? I think he's a cracking player. He brings a lot of energy. AJ as well. Are you quite happy to go with what's his face? He's fucking escaped my mind. The Scaffy, the Bricky. Ralston. Fucking hell. You're quite happy to go
Big Red.
as a backup. Obviously, talking about CCV. Remember, before he got injured, CCV was struggling a wee bit. It wasn't in great form. Maybe he was carrying an injury at the time. Maybe that's an explanation. I think we need maybe a wee bit of backup there. I know you've got the young boys in the background, obviously Donovan and AJ's position as well. Trusty Scales is just basically signed down the deal. Trusty, would you keep him? Has he done enough to?
Aye, oh,
I'd
absolutely.
say so, absolutely, yeah.
So we look all right in that position. Calmac, you've got to address that.
Thought he looked like better games on Wednesday, Andy.
It's going to come up.
He thought he looked decent on Wednesday.
Aye, but you know, look, Calmac's been getting taken off recently. He's not really completed a lot of games, and that was a guy that was playing every single minute of every single game. All right, managing him towards the end of his tail end of his career. You've got to get somebody that's going to take up his position. I just don't really see him there, and we've got Engels as well, who could possibly be off if there's going to be a lot of money coming in for him. Negrin, he's like Marmite, isn't he? You know, he take his goals away and he's not really been impressive. Hatate could be out the door as well as Maeda. So there's a few, I think, certainly a couple in midfield, I would say for sure, and absolutely on the wing. All right, you've got Jota coming back. We don't even know what kind of Jota we're going to get. Yeah. Jamesy's since last year, he's going to be used sparingly. You've got Yang, as much as people are discussing whether we should keep Yang or sell him or no. I think we certainly need beefed up when it comes to the wings, in my opinion. So I would definitely, and then the striker situation, you know, that's certainly got to be addressed, because Maeda is almost certainly going to go, I would say.
Yeah.
So there's a few bodies to come in to cover players who may possibly leave or aren't quite hitting the heights that's expected of them.
Yeah.
Again, you're putting your faith in a board that have absolutely failed at colossal level, even though we are sitting in a position where with a chance of winning the title tomorrow in the Scottish Cup.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable considering the absolute shit show that it's been, because let's not forget, no matter what happens this season, that there has to be people held account for what's happened this season. And I know people going about Nicholson. I don't want to bring in any negativity, but
honestly, Andy, but apart from that, we're going to win the league tomorrow.
Aye, we are. But the first person I would kick out the door is that Chris Mackay, just for his behaviour towards the Celtic fans. I thought it was absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Aye, but anyway, I really don't want to go down that kind of negative route. It's all about the positivity. There's a few changes needed. Also, let's not forget, it depends who the manager's going to be. The manager might come in and be able to do something with these players that are already there.
Another thing I heard today, man, that fucking Derek Ferguson cunt going on about how the Motherwell manager was so disgusted he's thinking about leaving Scottish football because of this decision on Wednesday night. It's like, fucking, that's what you're up against, man. But he wouldn't believe it anyway. He would be coming right to Celtic.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're talking about number 6, Andy, the lad they've got in the middle of the park, bossed the game on Wednesday night, never lost a fucking ball, honestly.
Yeah.
Is that what on it?
I looked at.
Aye.
They've got 2 or 3 I would take, and I know they're playing in a far lesser team with lesser pressure, but they just look good football players. What I would say, and I said it on Wednesday at the game, and I stand by it, and it's the very reason that we need to, and with a great, and I pray with everything I've got that Martin O'Neill gets his double out of the line, and I think he will, and what an end to his Celtic career, and it has to be an end to his Celtic career, because Motherwell on Wednesday looked to just a far better, cohesive, trained, coached, whatever you want to call it, side than Celtic.
Yeah.
And it's just the stubbornness, I think, what Martin O'Neill brings to just the winning the football games that's getting us. He's not there, we're fucked. Simple as that.
It's man management. It's not the coaching. It's
just spot on, Andy. Just spot on. Because Motherwell were playing balls into areas when they weren't. I was watching the window because I was driving for a chat and I was fucking zoned in on the game. No drink or nothing. So and I watched, and they're putting balls into the area. They weren't even looking at times. They just know where the players are going to be.
Yeah.
You're literally hooking it over their head. And there's the fallback areas. So he would be. He's got. We're going to the manager choice, but he would certainly be my choice for manager. If we could get him before he leaves the country in a half, according to Derek Ferguson. That's what you're up against, man. Fucking hell.
Exactly. Listen, it's mainstream media, Paul, as well. It's fucking clickbait nonsense as well.
Yeah.
But I don't want to kind of start that conversation up as well, because we are quite late into the pod as well. But I just wanted to kind of bring to attention as well that it's going to be the last run out at Celtic Park, I think, for Dyson Maida as well, who has been such an important player for us over the course of his time at Celtic. Yes, he has been erratic at times. Yes, he has been hit or miss at times. But if you look back in his time at Celtic as well, it's been a very successful time for Celtic, for him as a player. He's only one of the Japanese boys that's kept his Japanese squad, and congratulations to him for being confirmed in the Japanese World Cup squad there too. And Paul, as you mentioned, it's going to be, and I hope it's the last time that Martin O'Neill walks out at Celtic Park as well as the Celtic manager. We spoke before as well about what does this do for Martin O'Neill's legacy. Does somebody said as well as what he's done now a greater achievement than what he did back then? Again, I think they're very much two different things, as we said the other night as well, but he's only enhanced his already legendary status at Celtic. We're coming in when we were on the flare, and we were in as well, and for him to walk out tomorrow at Celtic Park as well, I hope that there's recognition in with the Celtic fans tomorrow as well for servants of Celtic Football Club as well. For Martin O'Neill could have easily sat in his arse, his retirement and his millions of pounds as well, and just continue to watch his fucking walk about with a fucking blindfold on as well.
Hoggy, I think I was on that night when you asked that question about is it better this time round?
It was one of the community that asked us, Barry. Is it somebody?
My question is my answer. Sorry, is if St Martin gets us over the line, it is a greater achievement than what he did the first time round. And here's why: because yes, he was bankrolled. Yes, we get that. Yes, he had Henrik. We all know that. He was bankrolled by Chris Sutton, Neil Francis, but he was against the deceased on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
cheating
playing,
years.
He wasn't playing. It wasn't playing in a level playing field. You had the artist formerly known as one of the managers actually giving an interview saying we were signing players, and I quote, that we wouldn't otherwise have been able to sign. Now, Martin, yes, he had Petrov, Lambert, etc. I think if he picks us off the floor, and I love that one, Hoggy, that you said, because look at, and I says to Andrea earlier today, look when Nancy took over for Martin, look at the dressing room scenes where you've got Callum McGregor going up, shaking his hand. He's going around every player individually, saying cheerio, as if to say, right, I'm leaving, I'm passing this torch on to you. This is what you need to do. You need to do this for the next manager. He comes in for 33 days and causes an absolute clusterfuck. And then St Martin comes back with the exact same players. It's not as though he's come in, Hoggy, and replaced me and you with two folk, or Andy and Paul with another two folk. He's got the same people. So I can't, for the life of me, fathom why that wouldn't be his effect on the people, because it's the same people. And he's picked it up after the flare. He's got us back into it. We've got one last shot at us, lads. One last shot. And I says to Andrea earlier, there is one person that this is down to, and it's Martin O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
Did your missus listen to you, Baz, or is she like mine and can't be arsed?
Oh, she can't be arsed.
Oh, I don't blame her, to be fair. She says, you fucking ruined my life with football. And then she's starting to rattle off all the time. She's got, and I'm like, fuck, you're right. Who's the call?
Gentlemen, we are at that time, we are closing in on 2 hours, which again has been a very, very quick 2 hours. And there's not been a segment in between it as well to try and break it up as well. As we said at the start, it was always going to be just a chat-packed kind of podcast tonight as well. We've had a wee chat about Motherwell Wednesday night as well. 3 points, fucking fantastic. We've had a chat as well about what's coming up tomorrow. And obviously there'll be a wee look forward to what's coming next weekend as well. When we come back on Monday, we'll look over the weekend on Monday, which I hope is going to be a very, very, very good podcast as well from the boys. But gentlemen, before we sign off and say goodbye and good luck to our community, anything that you want to bring up just now that we've not touched on yet? Andy?
I'd like to say, hopefully Celtic get the first goal, and whoever it is, I want the celebration to be that.
Without actually hitting the ball, mind you.
Aye.
Like that felt a jumbo tea apparently.
Do you know what? If it's my heater, get in my heater or whatever, just pick his on up and do that, because apparently that's all right to do that, you know. So
The boy apparently swore on his bairn's life. So what I would say is to his kids, didn't do anything fucking drastically dangerous this weekend. Stay in the fucking house because your dad's a lying bastard. Almost.
Baz, anything for yourself, Nate, brother?
Yeah, I know we've not covered it off, but I'll do it in 20 seconds. So St. Martin's press conference and AJ's press conference along the lines of please just go and watch it, because you know what he's pinned up on the wall in the dressing room is he was quoted as saying, they were saying about what about the furore with Celtic, what about the furore with the handball, blah 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 blah, and Martin O'Neill says, do you know what? Do you know why there's a furore? It's because it's us. And then we're like, oh, he says aye, because y'all want Hearts to win this. And then if you look at AJ, he says, listen, this wouldn't have been as much as an issue if it wasn't us. There's your team talk, Hoggy. Put it up on the dressing room wall. And then just say, do you know what? We're 7 out of 8. We're nearly there. Get one last push. Go out, heat down, and just go for it.
Can I just... I think that using that type of stuff as well as your team talk stuff like that, I could forget all that shit, man. Team talk doesn't need to be done no more as well. I just think pinning things and I get what you're saying as well, Baz, as well. It's like contagious moments and stuff like that as well, and what other people are saying as well. But I'm one for let's just go out with fucking we not any kind of revenge in mind as well. Let's just go out with a wee bit of kind of glory in our fucking hearts as well. And who gives a fuck what anybody says about us?
I'm with you, Baz, I have to say. I think Martin O'Neill's team talk tomorrow will be legendary as he's won.
I'll phrase it another way, Paul. Everybody in this country wants you to lose, apart from us.
Yeah.
Any
you, Paul, brother?
I just on which I'm probably not going to make, which is an absolute cunt of a thing. But Paul McStay and Wally Hockey are on their tour in the supporters clubs, and they're in Grangemouth, which is we're very good friends with the Grangemouth Supporters Association, Alan Horn, and all the boys that run the affiliation. I'm very good friends with Boston, and I have been for many, many years. Bleed Celtic. And they've got the maestro and Willie Hockey. I'm not fussed about Willie Hockey at all, even the reason they're there. But I'm working in the afternoon, so probably not going to make it, unfortunately. But that's a cunt. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that's happening on Sunday. Anybody that's in the vicinity of the Caesars in Grangemouth, Shed, I don't know if Lagelli's getting them through. I know he's done that before with Neil Lennon. So I don't know. That's happening on Sunday. But no, listen, Sunday for me is I'm fucking shite. I'm not going to lie. I'm really, really nervous. I think last night at about 3 a.m, the euphoria Wednesday night wore off, and I just really went into a fucking almost a panic fucking a real fucking fear that fuck this is like one of the big, for all the years I've been doing this, and we've all been doing it, but I've been slightly older. I've been round the block a lot and seen it all. I thought, and this is as nervous as I've been before a game that I can remember. Probably stopping the 10 is the only thing that would match this for me. So listen, it's I'm not just saying this to kind of sort of give myself an out if it does go wrong, because I don't think it will. But as I said at the start, let's not go in here with any complacency for the support. This needs to be a fucking absolute fucking form of socialism, with everybody pulling in the right direction for the greater good, the more and loud and proud, and make their lives hell. So I could address that YouTube or CFC if you wanted me to, but that's not the night for it. So listen, let's just get in amongst these jambo bastards and more. Get this League One and get the season done, because it's been the most emotionally taxing season in my life. I will say that with confidence. It's been so emotionally draining. I could count on one hand the amount of games I've actually enjoyed, as in like 2 or 3 nothing up that you could sit back and enjoy. There's been great ends to the games as well. There's Sage of the centenary season with that. But when the centenary season, we were actually playing really, really good football on a consistent level. So just let's get out and get it done. Let's get it done.
I think I've left that comment on there as the last comment of the night, Chris Fraser. Thank you very much as well. And the boys have been rating the Spirit 86. Spirit 86 is sitting with me in my frame and my badge as well. In 86, Celtic won that league as well with 8 consecutive wins in the bounce to win it as well. We are 7 out of 7 going into the 8th tomorrow. So the omens, gentlemen, the omens are there. The performances are there enough to do it. The team is there enough to do it. Martin O'Neill is there to do it as well. So we will bid you a farewell, a good night. And listen, I hope your fucking team wins tomorrow. Right? But as always, guys, we will be back on Monday.
I was going to say I'll see you in the bus park, but I'll tie me later about that.
What we'll do, guys, is we'll be back on Monday. We will have a champion podcast on Monday with the boys again. We'll see who's available on Monday as well, and we'll get that sorted out for you as well. But as always, guys, we will bid you a farewell. Have a great weekend. Have a champion day tomorrow. Don't forget, you guys are fucking champions. Every single one of you as well. Put the positivity out there in the air as well. No negative thoughts as well. Positivity. That's why I was saying leave things after war as well. Just get with one fucking thing in your head as well, because if you see it, you see it. Fucking go for it as well. Celtic will win the league tomorrow. You have my word. You have the CSP's word as well. Let's just go and fucking do it. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay Celtic and stay CSP.
Fucking
Celtic.
Come on.
Have a jazz.
Bye-bye.